Okay, so we've had a think about Pandas, how to import it, how to use it, and how to begin to create what's called a series. Now, we are going to have a think about how we can do something with that series. So, we understand we've got a column and that we can apply an index to that column. What I want to do now is think about how we can maybe start to just see bits of that column. If you've got thousands and thousands of entries, you don't want to always be displaying all of them, especially if you're doing it in this little editor window. Sometimes you need to slice it down a little bit or just display certain parts of a column. So there's a couple of different things that Pandas will allow us to do where we can just display bits of a column. So let's see how this works then. So you can see here I've called it column. It's a Pandas series. It's got some information in it. It's got an index, and I've told it to print that column. Now what I can do instead is, using some square brackets, I can put in a colon, not a semicolon but a full colon, and I can just choose an index. So if I run this now, you can see what this colon is doing. It's saying just print everything up to whatever index number I've got. So in this case it's just doing the first two. So if I change that to a 3, run it again, it just does the first 3. If I just do 1, it just gives me the first thing. So I can easily just kind of break down those columns. Now I can do it the opposite way as well. I can go from the second thing in the list to the end by just moving the colon to the other side of the number. So now it skips the first 2 and then starts after the second thing in the list. So there's a couple of simple things we can do just there with that. Now we can also do minus numbers. I can put a minus number just here, and what that means is when I run it, it's just going to give me 2 things from the bottom of the list. Oh, sorry, need to move my colon to the end. There you go. Okay, so now it just gives me 30 and 40. So you can, if you've got lots and lots of things in a list, just have a few things from the top, or start part way down the list to the end of the list, just have the bit in the middle of the list, or in this case just pick the 2 things that were from the bottom of the list coming back up to however many you want to include from the end of the list.